Welcome to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbee. This afternoon, we have a special guest, Mr. Jeremiah Adelu. I'm doing the best I can to pronounce it, but okay, go ahead. You're on the air.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. But in Nigeria, it's evening. Good evening, everybody. I'm happy to be live here on show with Emmanuel Barbee. It's my first time, and it's a privilege. I'm not taking it for granted. I appreciate the platform. I appreciate the director and Mr. Barbee for creating this idea for people to even come on air and let other people who are our listeners right now to even hear what we have to say. So I want to say thank you, Mr. Barbee, because I believe God has anointed you to be the head of a vision that you are trying to call Africans together. So thank you once more for bringing, for at least for cultivating this and bringing it to pass till today. I want to say thank you very much. So, listener out there, my name is Jeremiah Adelu. I'm the founder and director of Voice of Migrant Association. So, Voice of Migrant Association is a group of returned migrants and potential migrants who are actually deceived, right, to go to other nations of the world or in the name of looking for green and pasture. And I believe a lot of those for those victims because we are actually not informed on the right migration pathway. One, we are not informed on what we are going there to do. Two, we are not informed on who we really are, our in terms of our technicality, in terms of our academics, in terms of our skills. A lot of us miss it. That is why when people get to advanced countries like America, you see them falling victims of being genocide, being racism, be cheated, being deceived, be forced into forced labor, sex labor, sometimes even organ harvesting. So that's why I, Jeremiah Adelu, and my team, you're actually advocating for the right migration pathway. You're actually advocating that the Black Life Matters. You're actually advocating that it's not good for us to use our children, our brothers, our sisters for sex slavery. It's not good for us to use them for forced labor. It's not good to use them to do jobs and will not pay them. We call them black jobs. So that is what we advocate. And what we basically do to these people is we receive them at the airport terminal when they bring them, we give them counseling. In that counseling, we have to help them to re-engineer their minds back again to their present state that they were before they left. And we discover a lot of them have challenges, mental challenges, financial challenges, shelter challenges. We cannot do everything, but we can just assist them in our own little capacity so that they can be back again, reintegrated back to the society. So, in doing this, we organize what we call MHPSS, mental health and psychosocial support, because we understand that during the route or during the journey, a lot of them are fall victims of sex trafficking. Some of them borrowed money, they fall into one or two victims like that, right? So, we help them to re engineer their minds again. So, apart from re engineering their mind, we give them what we call referral jobs or referral trainings that will make them to re-engineer their mind. Now, we have a lot of people in America, we have a lot of people in Europe that are stranded, right? We can help with the assistance of the international communities to bring them back home free of charge. Now, I want to thank Mr. Barbee very well because he makes this broadcast to come to pass because I understand that we have Nigerians, we have Africans in the United States, in America, who are stranded, blacks that are stranded, blacks that have been victim like racist and all that. So it is good for us to have this kind of platform so that at least you can see a shoulder to line on, to cry to tell, okay, this is what I'm actually going through. Please, can you help me? And with kind of person I know Mr. Emmanuel to be, his shoulder is already out for as many Africans, as many Nigerians that will be ready to talk to him about whatever they are going through in Nigeria, in America. So let me use this medium to just say directly, you, my brother in America, in Nigeria, if you are in Nigeria, in America, be it a male, be it a female, maybe you've been there for ages, and you feel that you are being, you are, so somebody is, how will I say it now? They ripping you of your rights, or you have racist problem, there is genocide problem, you know, you cannot be that person you really want to become, right? Emmanuel Barbee is here for you to come into the grassroots economy where you can make sure that you get everything that you need to get to make sure that you become that person you really want to become. I understand again that every man has a dream, right? And in your dream, you can actually achieve it if you have the right mindset of people around you. But the moment you have bad vibes, right, you discover that no matter what your dream is, you'll be unfortunate, you will not be able to achieve your dream. So for our brothers in America, all the way from Nigeria or from Africa, Emmanuel Barbee is here so that we both can synergize together to make sure that we are able to achieve that dream that you have to achieve. So I will leave the mic again. I don't know if you have any question for me. This is just a brief introduction of myself, but I will leave the mic again for the host, Emmanuel Barbee, to ask any question that he wants to ask. Thank you very much.
Okay, I want you to tell my listeners how can they find you on Facebook, like, and also do you have like a website that they can go to?
Okay, so presently we have our social handles. We are on Facebook, Voice of Migrant Association. You will see what we'll be doing there. We've been to markets, we've been to churches, we've been to bus park, we've been to places, schools, so that people will get to know is what we are talking about. So on Instagram, we are in This is Boma. So Boma is Voice of Migrant Association. That is short form. Yeah, This is Boma. In LinkedIn is Voice of Migrant Association. Anywhere you can check us on all the social media platforms. You'll see the little work that God has put in our hand that we are using to help humanity. Yeah.
All right. Do you have any questions for me?
Okay, yeah, I really have a question for you. So how do you envision the grassroots community in the next 2 years for American citizens?
In the next 2 years, in the next two
Yes,
years, well,
I use that 2 years so that we'll be factual. We have exact, okay, this is what we want to achieve in the next 24 months. Yeah.
well, I hope that through this video podcast that I can reach more like-minded people such as yourself to want to be a part of this organization that I'm trying to get up and running here in America. The reason why we want to get it started here in America first is for credibility. All right, here go Apostle Wilson. So we're gonna put you on. Hello, how you doing? Unmute yourself, Apostle. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
You get,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, just a moment. I'm gonna say my. I'm finna finish up my point, and then I'm gonna turn the show over to you so you can say your point and whatever the Lord lay on your heart. So anyway, what I'm trying to say, my brother, is that we want to. I have to get this business started here in America first for credibility because um, all I have, and I come before everyone, everyone that I encounter. All I have is a book, my revised book. This is my credibility right here. This book is also the foundation of my Christian business, the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago. And people can find my book in the comment section below this video podcast. So all I want people to do first and foremost is to read my story. Read the whole book. It's available as an ebook. It's also available as a paperback. So as an ebook, you can download it to your smartphone. So with that, I think I have someone else. Oh, okay. So those that agree with my vision and plan for Black America, I want them to make arrangements to come on this show and for us to talk about it and for us to encourage other people to get involved. Because I've been pushing my vision for the past 32 years. And the reason why it's taken so long is because of this Willie Lynch mentality within Black society here in America. That's really a slave mentality. So basically, a majority of Black Americans, even people in my family members, they don't want to see me have a successful Christian business. They don't want to see that. All they want to do is complain about the white man and the government. So my business is going to be membership based. Over here, we're going to raise the bar. We're going to separate ourselves from con artists, hardened criminals, pedophiles, urban terrorists, degenerates. I don't want those type of people in my business. And I am reaching out to, I would say, 10 African nations. So African immigrants from the following African nations. They are as follows: South Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Uganda, Angola, Liberia, Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Nigeria. I want those persons that's here in the United States of America to work with me. Read my story first. Like I asked, that's all I'm saying. If you agree, let's make this happen. Because we're the ones that's going to sit up here and we're going to build this. We're going to build this organization. Also, donate, those that agree, donate to our film project. You can also find that in the comment section below this video podcast on our GoFundMe page. Donate what you can. But my brother, what I want to tell you is that once I get this film project fully funded and made, then, only then, I can get this organization up and running. So I don't know how long, I have to be honest with you. I don't know how long it's going to take. This is up to the Black grassroots and the global African family. Because again, my credibility is on the line. I have a virtual store. Items on there is just barely selling. There's nothing more. I can't make people buy the book. Like I say, it's up, God give us free will. But in my business, we are going to solve Black issues head on here in America. And this is going to be for credibility before we come to Africa. Because I don't want to, when I come to Africa, I don't want to waste time trying to explain who Emmanuel Barbee is. My business is going to speak for itself. So this is what God has called me to do. Now, the way things are right now, Black Americans don't have a homeland. You know what I'm saying? Because we have been, I would say, geographically and in time distance from one another. So we have a different culture. We are the ones that were enslaved. And so a lot of Black Americans have that Willie Lynch mentality. They have become Americanized. They have become narcissists. So they don't care about the Black community, let alone about Black children. They're all about themselves. So we want to change that in my business. And for you all, I would say African immigrants and Native Africans, you all are going to heal through this Christian business from that colonized mindset. Many of I would say Africans that come to America, they become, Americanized and thinking that, the West is better, culture is better than African culture. So now you have a lot of Africans dressing, suit and tie, just like Europeans. They abandon, the traditional African stuff. But in this business, we're going to heal and we want to try to get back to, reclaiming our culture. That's what we want to do here. And when I bring this business, let's say, for example, to South Africa, because that's where I'm going to go first, I'm going to lead by example. I'm going to apply for dual citizenship to prove to Black Americans that we will have a place to go. And I'm going to speak with the South African government and let them know that we're willing to solve, they call it load shedding. That means rolling blackouts. We will help solve that for them in exchange for citizenship. So that's what we want to do. We don't want to just go to Africa just to, just run away from America. We want to go to Africa to contribute to the African economy, create jobs, do my business. And once we establish in South Africa, we want to expand to the other 9 African nations so we can do international trade with our brothers and sisters. We're also going to make our presence known in the Caribbean and in Brazil. But again, this is a Nehemiah assignment. I can't do all this stuff by myself. I know one thing for sure. I'm going to do the best that I can. And I'm not going to let no small-minded individual try to tell me otherwise. So that's what this is all about. Again, in my business, once we, I would say once this film project is fully funded and made, that's going to put me in a better position financially so I can hire Black middle-class professionals, African immigrants here within the United States to work with me to make sure that this Christian business is going to be effective and successful for years to come. I do want to point out that we're going to have 9 main components of this Christian business, a social service component. So we want to work with single Black mothers and single Black fathers that's here in the inner cities, specifically in Chicago, that want more out of life. We want to try to serve them. And we want the Black world to know that we're trying to help. We're trying to do something for them. Those that don't want to work with us, cool. We'll leave them alone. We'll pray for them, show them tough love, and that's it. But we want to make sure we have that credibility. And I'm not just on here. I'm on here just running off at the mouth. We're going to do that. So that's part 1. We're going to have a spiritual component. It's going to be optional for secular people. We're going to have a political component. We want to teach our members and students the importance about politics. That's very important because a lot of our people are messing up big time, especially here in America. Especially right here, what's going on in my city of Chicago. I've been telling Black Chicagoans to stop voting for the Democrat Party, just giving your vote away. Demand tangibles. They don't want to listen to me. They laugh and take me for joke. And now they're suffering the consequences because the Democrat Party is allowing illegal immigrants to come over here and they're getting prioritized while Black Americans are struggling. And, they're raising the, I would say the rents, prices, the cost of living is going up. So a lot of Black Americans can't live in these urban communities. So a lot of them have to go elsewhere. I would say maybe in the South, somewhere else. But that's because Black Americans refuse to listen to me. And so I'm going to do the best that I can while I'm here. Work. All I can tell my listeners, work with me while I'm alive. Don't wait till I'm dead. I'm trying to do something. And I'm not just on here just running off at the mouth. We're going to have an entrepreneur component. We're going to teach our members and our students how to create their own nonprofits as well as a for-profit. That's very important. We're going to also have an entertainment component. So we're going to pay. We're going to pay our youth to be in our Black empowerment films. We're gonna have a Black grassroots media. Basically, that's what this is right here. But we're gonna own our own Black grassroots media. We're gonna have a health and wellness component, a science and technology component, and travel and tourism component. And we're gonna replicate this business in South Africa and in all the other African nations that we're gonna make our presence known in. But again, this is what Jesus / Yahshua has given me, and I claim ownership. Now, what makes us different than other Black organizations? This is based on my experience. And again, I'm just focusing on raising the bar. So when we have that physical building, the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago, we're going to hold mandatory orientations. People are going to have to come in, sign the community pledge, pass our criminal background check, and submit their thumbprints. So that way I can make sure that everybody's going to be on the up and up. Anyone that joins this organization that tries to undermine us, that tries to change our focus and objective, they're going to get 2 warnings. The third time that person or persons, they will be placed on our Judas list along with their name, photo ID, and address, and they will be barred for life. And this is how I get down. This is how we're going to end corruption before it even gets off the ground in my business. Everybody's going to be held accountable for their own actions. That's all, my brother. That's all I can say. You have any questions? Apostle, do you have any questions?
So I have a question. Sorry, before Apostle is coming. So my question is, so how have you been raising funds on your own to support this vision?
Okay, let me
even
answer that
before
first.
the reading?
Hold on, let me answer that first. Like I said, my brother, all I have is my revised book and my virtual store. And my book and items on my virtual store is barely selling. So I don't have much money at all. That's why I'm trying to do this film project. And my film project is my last attempt to try to do something positive for my racial group here in America. But I'm paying out of pocket for the business title. I've been paying for that since 2010 when I published my first book, because I thought that Black America was going to back me and all that good stuff. But again, they don't really want a solution. They want to complain about the white man and the government.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any questions, Apostle Wilson?
Do you for your books, do you have your stores there to sell your books?
Yes, sir. I sell my books on Amazon, and people can find my book in the comment section below this video podcast. I'm going to have the links there. Again, I want people to read my story for themselves, because the Lord said, and this is what he put in my heart and mind, write the vision and make it plain. So that's what we're going to focus on. Everything in this book to carry it out to the fullest. Also, I do want to mention to both of you, brothers, that yes, I have been exposed to Pan-Africanism. It's a good idea, you know. And I'm gonna just give credit to Marcus Garvey, you know, when he came to America, because he's from Jamaica. You know, he created the freedom flag, red, black, and green. But I do want to say that I'm not under that. I'm not with the Pan-Africanism. The reason why is because they didn't have God in it. So it didn't really go nowhere. It's just nice ideas. In my business, God is in it. That's why we have that spiritual component. Actually, we are promoting in my business Christian socialism. And basically, in a nutshell, all it is regular Christianity, except we want to put it in terms of, I would say, kingdom entrepreneurship. So we're going to have a nonprofit portion where we help, our less fortunate brothers and sisters. And we also going to have the for-profit portion. And that's how I'm going to make my bread and butter. We're going to get into real estate. We're going to have a community. We're going to own and control our own community housing, own and control our own shopping center, own and control our own healthcare clinic, as well as we're going to get into having our own music studio, to reach the youth. The youth, they like being entertained, so we're going to entertain them in a friendly, family manner. And that's how we're going to make our bread and butter.
Okay. Sorry, I have one other question.
Go ahead.
So talking about the political component. So presently, what happens in Nigeria is um, some persons can have a vision, or a body can have a vision, and once that vision is being um, exposed to the general public in details, sometimes the government of the day can hijack the dream in terms of political component. So I want to know, in this vision, in this Nehemiah vision, right? So what is the guarantee? What is the yes, yes, let me use that word. What is the guarantee that the American government will not hijack and make mess of this vision? Because
Well,
it is that guarantee that will make people, which are the black Americans or the blacks, to actually work with us 100%. Because once they
yes.
know that it is being politicized, right, they will tend to lose interest. But if they know that this is a movement, and the movement is not being politicalized, right, so they want to join. So I just wanted to expatiate this. Thank you.
Okay, so all I can tell you is, first and foremost, we're going to screen our members, because again, remember, this is going to be membership based. I'm only working with people that want more out of life, because we over here in America, what's been sabotaging us are, I would say, black politicians that's in the pockets of the white supremacist financial elites. They've been so they're being paid to mislead black people to vote for the wrong party. So we're gonna hold our members accountable. That's how come we're gonna have people to sign the community pledge, people pass the criminal background check, as well as to submit their thumbprints. Because if we find out that they're trying to undermine us, we're gonna put that person. We're gonna do our own investigation through our media component, and if it comes to find out that they are trying to undermine us, we'll put them on the Judas list and let everyone know that they're not welcome, and we won't work with that person. But also, let's say if they try to steal money from us, we're gonna take them to federal court and sue them. Yes, everything is a threat to the government. I mean, it is what it is, but we law abiding citizens and we're minding our own business. And then here you're convinced. You're not going to sit up here. We're not going to sit up here and let the devil put his foot up our behinds. Excuse the expression. What we're going to do as in this business, we're going to grab that devil's leg and we're going to break it. So in here, we're going to heal. You can't heal if you got your mouth closed. Yes, you can pray, that's fine, but faith without works is dead. So in here we're gonna use constructive, and we want to promote I would say candidates from the grassroots. We'll rally behind those type of people that's a part of us, that's going to be for the community, and help get them into power to represent us. not what the white supremacist financial elites, they just, handpick who they want. That's what mess a lot of us up as Black Americans with Barack Obama. He didn't do anything for the Black community, and he was a real sellout. Did I answer your question, sir? Yes, things are going to be.
Yes.
Hey, look, things
Correct.
is going to be scary, but doggone it, this is a business. And we're going to do more than just politics. We're going to work with the family. That's why I name all of these different components. We want to help solve our own problems. Those people that's in power, those politicians, they have to come to us for us to vote for them. We could say, hey, we don't want to vote for you. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to select our own candidates from the grassroots, I would say, community.
Okay. Nice.
You have any questions, Apostle Wilson?
No, I am satisfied.
All I'm saying, my brother, both of you all, 32 years, I've been pushing this thing. And this is why I created my
Okay.
platform. Because I want people to hear me.
I just
Hold
remembered a
hold
question.
on, sir. I want people to hear me loud and clear. I'm not on here playing games. How many videos do I have to make? And also, some people say, oh, Emmanuel, you're just doing this to make money. And if that was the case, I would have written many books. I only have one book. I only have one virtual store. And I'm paying out of pocket for this business title, so no one else take it. And I did all the paperwork. All I need is I'm trying to be in a position where I can hire qualified Black middle class professionals and African immigrants to be on my management team to help make sure that this business is going to be effective and successful for years to come. And again, what makes us different than, I would say, Pan-Africanism, we have God on our side. This is what Jesus/Yahshua has given me to do. I didn't know it was going to take this long, but at least I'm doing what I'm trying to do, something positive and constructive for my people that's here in America before I cut and run to Africa. That's all I'm saying. And I want to help our brothers and sisters, our African immigrants. When they come over here, they look at all the negative images of Black Americans. So yes, they have their own community enclaves. Nigerians have their own community. I would say Liberians have their own. Ghanaians, they have their own communities. South Africans, so we're all separated. I'm saying, hey, come over here. Let's build this business together so it can serve both the African American community and the African immigrant community. And then we can expand it to the African continent. Any questions from any of you?
Will you uh will you cater for cost of the business in each country, or how will you do?
Can you say that again? I really didn't understand what you're saying. Can I what?
Will you register this business to each country, or how will you do for you to reach global?
Well, we got to get it popping here in America first. That's all I can say.
Okay.
We got to get it popping here in America. And once we're able to generate the capital and all that stuff here, then I can expand it. Because I want to make sure that I'm able to sustain myself in Africa too. And I want to bring tangibles to my African group members, such as yourself, people that's members of My African group, Gakai of Africa. Did you hear the question, my brother?
No, I didn't get the question because my network was
Okay,
okay.
so Apostle Wilson asked me how would I be able to, I guess, make this organization be global, because it's going to be
Okay,
a business. And so what I shared with him is
okay,
that we want to make sure that we get it popping here in America first. Again, that's for credibility. My goal, and I'm claiming this in Jesus' name, that this is going to be a multi-million-dollar Christian business because we're trying to do something positive. We separating ourselves from hardened criminals, those that don't want nothing out of life. We want to separate from those persons. Yes, we have to. It is what it is because God give us free will. A lot of people have reprobate minds. You can tell them about Jesus Christ all day long. If they, in their mindset, they don't believe in God, leave them alone. So over here, we're not going to be beating people upside the head and say, hey, you got to get saved, blah, 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 because that's between them and their creator. When they die, they're going to be judged accordingly. All we're going to do is teach the word in our spiritual component, which is going to be optional for secular people. But bottom line, we are going to solve Black issues here in America. And when we come to Africa, we're going to solve African issues. And I challenge
okay.
any Black politician in America and any Black preacher in America. I challenge them that this is real and this is what the Lord has given me to do. All I ask for is a chance. I can prove it. Help get my film project fully funded and made, and I'll prove it.
That's nice. Okay, I think
So, so,
the
so, so I want people to understand. Both of these people that's on my platform right now are members of Gakai of Africa. And again, I want to be in a position where when I bring the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago to South Africa, I want to be in a position where I can hire my group members from Gakai of Africa. That's all. I want to bring tangibles. And we want to expand to 10 African nations so that way, it can help improve the African economy. Because we want to encourage tourism, for the diaspora to come over.
you mean the diaspora from the 10 African countries you want to spread to?
Say that again, please.
Are you when you talked about promoting tourism for
Mm-hmm.
the diaspora to come over? Are you talking about the 10 African countries that you want to spread to for the grassroots community?
Yes, but first we're gonna start in South Africa. So we're gonna so that way people will see that this is real. Because right now, like I say, I, this organization only exists online. It's virtual. So I'm speaking this into existence. It's it doesn't it's not in real reality yet, but that's how come I'm trying to do the film project because that's the proceeds from the film is going to put me in a better position financially so I can hire people. So that way we can build this thing and make our presence known here in Chicago. And then we can
Okay,
expand to Africa. So that's all I care about. That's what I'm trying to do.
okay,
And
beautiful.
it's a win-win for Black Americans and it's a win-win for Africa because we're gonna bring in I would say jobs for local Africans that become members. You get opportunity to go to other countries, trade with our brothers and sisters, not just in America, but also in the Caribbean and also in Brazil.
Okay, okay. Admire.
And hold on, I just want to say something else to people because a lot of people keep, and this is a turnoff for me. A lot of people want to tell me that's on Facebook. This sounds like a scam. My book is not a scam. Selling a book is not a scam. This is what you're getting when you purchase, my revised book. You're gonna get this book, and like I say, just read it. Those that disagree, I'm gonna just tell them to delete me off their friends list. Do not come to no events with my name on it, and that's real. I don't want to be bothered with those type of people because we have those type of persons that just want to be bitter, that just want to complain and don't want things to change. So I want to connect with like-minded Black people and like-minded African people for us to solve our issues.
Okay.
Yes. Any other questions from you all?
So the other question I
Uh,
wanted to ask.
If you don't mind,
Um,
let's hear what he has to say, please.
okay.
Go ahead, Apostle Wilson.
uh, you're planning if the Lord provide, you are going to establish first Chicago.
Yes, sir. And
You
again, that's
see,
for that's for credibility. So that way people know that this is real.
so I am asking now, have you opened the office in your place? This organization is taking place, or you are praying for the Lord to open the doors so that the Lord to supply, and then you start moving.
Okay. First, remember I told you all I have is my revised book and my virtual store, and things are barely selling. So I don't have much money. I don't have much capital. I'm on a shoestring budget. But what I'm trying to do is do this film project. The name of my film project is called Hood Liberator. Made in Chicago, the war against Willie Lynch begins. That film is based on my experience. The proceeds from the film, whatever I earn from that film, that's what I'm going to use to hire my staff, purchase property here in Chicago, and get the thing popping here in America first before we expand to Africa.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. And this is grassroots. So that means I don't have large corporations working with me and all that stuff. And I don't want that because we, as the people or members, we are going to own this business. This is ours.
So,
Sorry. So when we come to Kenya, I can be in a better position to hire you to help run the spiritual component since you are already an apostle. And since Jeremiah, you're in Nigeria, that would help. I can hire you. We could do a partnership, with your nonprofit when I come to Nigeria. But it all starts by getting it first. I'm trying to get it to be a film. So, because unfortunately, a lot of people don't like to read. It is what it is. I don't want to sit up here and debate. A lot of people, they want to debate me and all that stuff. Debating is not going to solve our problems. Also, I do want to mention to y'all too that non-black sympathizers, they're welcome to join us. That means white people, they can join, but I don't operate like the next black man. I'm gonna run my Christian business the way I run my home, and that's drama free. So non-black sympathizers, they can join us, but they will have to take a back seat because we're gonna use an Afrocentric perspective to solve our issues. We're not going to use European perspectives. And that's just how it is. We're going to build it and we're going to control it. Any questions from either of you?
Yeah, you say that you don't want to come either in Nigeria or Ghana or South Africa.
Sorry. Can you say that again? I didn't pick up that what you just said.
I hear you saying that you don't want to be stranger when you come to Kenya or when you come to Nigeria. What strategy do you have for your appointment in Nigeria or for your appointment in Kenya?
Okay, that's a good question. Before I come to Kenya and Nigeria, I'm gonna go to South Africa first. I want to go to South Africa because that's where God has led me to go. That's where I'm gonna shoot my second film, and the second film is entitled African Liberator: Battle Against the Colonized Mindset. And that film is going to be based on trying to encourage South Africans not to view, I would say, people from Nigeria, Zimbabwe, as strangers. And not to, be angry with them and all those things. So that's what that film is going to be about. It's about healing. And so also I'm applying for dual citizenship there so I can prove to, Native Africans that, hey, I ain't trying to hide behind no computer. I want people to know who I am. So once that takes place, and then once we get it popping, the Christian business up and running in South Africa, then we're going to go to the next country. We're going to eventually get to Kenya. But in each African nation, I want to go there and, make my presence known and for us to, get it established there. I hope I answered your question.
No, not really.
Okay, hold on. That's how I'm going to get people to know who I am, because I'm going to go to each African nation to set up the business. But I want to get it started in South Africa first once I'm over in Africa. And we're going to do that second film to help fund, what I'm trying to do.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I got you, but I was asking the strategy that you have to your appointment, because now I am here in Kenya and you don't want to be stranger the people of Kenya. So
wait, Apostle, I just mentioned to you, and don't let the devil play with what you're saying. Remember, I said that when I come to Kenya, I am going to be in a better position because of my films. And because I'm going to have tangibles, I can hire you. So you're going to be able to work with me, and you're going to be that spokesperson to get Kenyans on board to be behind this.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I
That's how
get
come
you.
I want people in my African group to talk with me and for us to make this stuff happen.
Amen.
Amen. Now, Apostle, if you want to, whatever the Lord lay on your heart, you could I could turn the show to you, and you let my listeners know what you want them to know about you. And go ahead, please.
Thank you very much, servant of God. The Lord bless you. The Lord uplift you.
Yes.
I appreciate for this warm welcome to your studio. And then I send the Calvary greetings to brethren that they have the heart to join this meeting. I'm very much overjoyed because the Lord is worthy. to start the journey is not simple, it's not easy. To start the journey of prosperity is not easy unless the Lord intervene in. To win the battle, it takes a lot. To rebuild a wall, it takes a lot. So, in the book of Jeremiah, in the book of Nehemiah 4, chapter number 1 to 3, the Bible say, but it is so happened when Sanballat heard that we were rebuilding the wall, that he was furiously and very arrogant and mocked the Jews, and he spoke before the brethren and the army of Samaria, and said, what this feeble Jew doing? Will they not fight themselves? Will they offer sacrifice? Will they complete it in a day? Will they revive the stone from the heap of rubbish stone that are burdened? Now Tobiah the Ammonite was beside him and said, whatever they build, if even the fox go up on it, he will break down their stone wall. Praise the Lord. The journey to start a journey of prosperity is not easy for many people. So Nehemiah, he was ready to rebuild the wall, but there was a lot of enemy. So once God have been given a vision, you need to continue moving to your vision, moving with your dreams. So if Nehemiah, he was the man like the man we are, he was to give up, because once that he was standing against him, he was a king or a owner in the place. So Nehemiah, he did not give up. Nehemiah, he continued rebuilding the wall to stand firm. So Tobiah and Sanballat, they stand against whatever Nehemiah he was doing. So the devil is going to stand against for whatever a chosen one is he has been decided to do. So let us rely on the Lord so that we rebuild whatever have been come down. We see Africa, we were in the trade slave. Africa, we were slaves. Now the Lord have been bringing on the gap to make Africa to open their mind, to see front, to see far. So I thank the Lord for this opportunity, because we have been stand on the gap to assist Africa, to open the mind of Africa, to uplift the vision of Africa. So what I beg, the Africa that have been allocated in Chicago, or the people from Kenya, people from Uganda, people from Nigeria, people from Ghana, people from whichever in Africa continent that they are based in Chicago. I want to speak to them now openly. I want to tell them they might support your vision. To support does not mean that you support with the big things. You support with the more finance. To support, you can support a vision by upholding a vision bearer, by prayer, you can support in anything that you can have to make the project to stand firm, so that because uh, once you support the vision is going to speak itself in future. So I want to talk to my brother from Kenya that are based in Chicago. I want to beg them to stand with you. I want to beg them to support your vision. Once you came to Kenya, you are going to build something that is going to transform the community. The project that you are going to do is going to transform the community.
Oh, oh. See, Jeremiah, what I go through. That's okay though.
Okay, okay. I think
Mm,
his network, I guess, on his own end.
man, really hate for that. That's just the enemy bucking. But I'm great. I'm grateful. That you came on the show with me. This afternoon and things like that. And I hope we can do this again too. Let me know.
Yeah, sure, we can. We can
Yeah.
do it again and again. Yeah,
And I do want to mention to you that in God's timing, once I get this business up and running here in Chicago, I'm willing to invite you to America and other, I would say, my African guest speakers to come to the United States of America and speak at our live events.
I will be glad. That
Now,
would
is
be a dream come true.
there,
Yeah.
amen. Now, I want to ask you before you go, is there anything else you want to say to my listeners before we wrap this up?
Okay, so the last thing I want to say is that um to all my brothers in diaspora in Chicago, all my black brothers from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, um, yeah, wherever you know you are from Africa, please join us in this vision. Like the apostle said, he said, sometimes it might not be financial assistance, although we need money to run this project, but a little prayer is more than enough. Support, ideas, how to do it more is more than enough. So I just want us to identify with Mr. Emmanuel Barbee, because what I see that God is giving us an institution, although it has not been physically erected, and He is the one that God is using to drive the Nehemiah anointing to this generation. And truth be told, it's a great privilege to have Him. A lot of people have this same idea, but they cannot even go this far to tell the general public what I want to do to help people of my generation. So kudos to you, sir. I want all of us to put heads together and support him, support this vision so that in the nearest future we will be glad we actually did to support this vision. So once again, you can check us on our social media handles on Voice of Migrants Association and check us on Instagram. This is Voma to see the good things that we've been doing to help humanity. Thank you very much.
Okay. Again, I encourage all of my viewers out there, please purchase my revised book. And again, it's called The Solution for Black America: Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America, second edition. It's going to be on my Amazon author page in the comment section below this video podcast. Read my story first if you agree, then make arrangements with me to come on this podcast so that you can we can talk about it. And also, I'm going to have the link to our film project for our. You can find it in the comment section below this video podcast on our GoFundMe page. You can also support this organization by buying items from our virtual store. We also have the link below in the comment section. That's all I have. But again, I'm doing the best that I can to get this organization up and running. I don't sell drugs. I sell ideas, and I'm about turning the ideas into a reality. That's all I'm about. Okay, Apostle, you can finish what you were saying.
So, uh, on my side is a welcome to those my brothers and my sisters who are working in Chicago. You are staying in Chicago. They might look for you, and then they might support your vision and your mission, because once you came to Africa, you have come to support their brothers and sisters in Africa. So the Lord can use you to open this on organization. This an organization is going to support our community. We are going to employ ourselves. This organization is going uh, to make people to have income. You see, you cannot preach the gospel without an income. Once he was doing the ministry work, he was giving people feasts and loaves. People cannot hear the word of God if they are hungry. So I beg my brothers and sisters from the state of Chicago to support this vision, so that we can create the job opportunity. It is a symbol. It is a symbol mathematics to create a job opportunity. The job opportunity we can create using our own hands. We can create a job opportunity doing small things, opening small cottages, doing an agriculture. An agriculture, it needs equipments, it needs machines, so that people can go to farm to dig, to activate their lands, so that they can do plantation with using the equipments and machines. So I beg for people in your location to support you, so that you can support even us. We use your idea to transform the community all over the world. We use your idea to bring people together. The Bible says in the book of Psalm 1:3, the Lord is happy for those men who came together. So the Lord is going to be happy for those brothers and sisters. Once they came together to you, you can support them, because it is your location. Once someone you want to start to stand for to vie for any elective seats, you can support him, because you know that locations. So we are praying our Almighty God, they might hear my voice from Kenya. They might hear the voice from my brother from Nigeria. They might hear the voice from other brothers in Kenya. Here we have other brother here in Kenya, evangelists who have a funeral now. So they might hear this voice, and be supportive to this organization, because I have understand my brother Emmanuel Barbee is not a greedy man of God. He's not a greedy. God is given him this vision so that he can support the community. So I am happy to join this show. I am happy to be in this radio talk to advise them. Enough is enough. In the book of Deuteronomy 2, chapter number 3 to 4, the Bible say there was somebody who was rotating in the mountain of Zaire. So Africa, we love to rotate in the mountain of povertiness. So I want to advise my brothers from Africa that they went there in Chicago. I want to advise them, enough is enough. We look for people who have a mindset that they can support the community. So I beg them to look for Emmanuel Barbee, so that they can build an organization that is going to reach the world, that is going to support the people. Enough is enough to stay in slavery. There is a people, one day, uh, uh, Pharaoh, he remembered the work that the children of Israel they were doing in the Egyptian land. Pharaoh decided to command the soldiers to follow the children of Israel to come again in Egyptian land, and it was the time was ended. So they
All right. So, well, that's going to conclude our show for today. Thank you all for listening, and peace and blessings. Bye.